Welcome to OG's News, your source for the latest news about your favorite brands. I'm your host, the POPThusiast, three-time Guinness World Record holder for the largest Funko Pop collection. And in this episode, we're going to unveil news and collaborations about the highly anticipated movie Wicked, celebrate 50 years of Dungeons & Dragons, interview the co-founder of the popular collectibles company U2's, and much more. So, let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the popular tabletop role-playing franchise Dungeons & Dragons that turned 50 this year. Debuting in 1974, Dungeons & Dragons revolutionized the gaming world by combining storytelling, creativity, and social interaction. It has expanded into so many areas of pop culture to include books, video games, movies, and more. Hasbro started the celebration back in March with a worldwide campaign inviting anyone to join in. They also announced several new products and collaborations to include new campaigns, updated core rulebooks, footwear from Converse, Lego building sets, stamps from the UK's Royal Mail Postal Service, and gaming accessories and collectibles from WizKids, Serious Dice, Fanroll, and Beetle and Grimm's. So whether you're a diabolical dungeon master, a seasoned adventurer, or maybe you just like dragons, D&D has something for you and will be around for many years to come. Next up, we have a segment we like to call Footwear Fusions, where we reveal the latest brand collaborations in the world of footwear. Just in time for the 5th season of the popular TV show Yellowstone, Paramount Consumer Products announced a collaboration with Hey Dude, creating styles inspired by the show. According to License Global, the collection will bring fans the Hey Dude, Wendy, and Wally silhouettes in a ranch style. They feature a cow print design in pony hair suede and a custom Yellowstone logo. Season 5 of Yellowstone premieres November 10th, and the collection will be available on Hey Dude November 8th. Puma has announced new products to include a collaboration with Formula One with a limited edition collection called Neon Energy, which will include Las Vegas Strip-inspired sneakers, sweatpants, shorts, and t-shirts. They also announced a collaboration with Casper the Friendly Ghost, where he will appear on their suede sneakers. According to License Global, these spooky sneakers will include a ghost-hued suede covering the upper, glow-in-the-dark accents on the laces, outsole, and upper, a lenticular tongue label, and an all-over print on the sock liner. Custom packaging is included in the form of Casper-themed shoebox and tissue paper. Crocs also announced a new collaboration with the popular Australian kids show Bluey. The collection will feature the characters Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, and Chili. On November 9th, fans will have the chance to attend a meet and greet with Bluey and Bingo in New York City and get early access to the collection. The Crocs Bluey collection will be available on crocs.com starting November 11th. And finally, Doc Martens has announced a collection with the creepy kooky, altogether spooky Netflix series Wednesday, which includes boots, heels, shoes, and accessories. The collection showcases Wednesday's trademark midnight black hue and designs of the stained glass windows from the show. Wait folks, we have some breaking news. Nathen Mazri, the creative mind behind Garfield Eats, which exploded on the internet with millions of views and stirred up a mix of trolls and devoted fans alike, is now making waves again, but this time he's diving into something even bigger. He's setting his sights on a massive project that merges the worlds of licensing and real estate in a way that's never been done before. After some deep digging, we've discovered it's not just his Iggy's app coming soon. Mazri is also developing a secretive venture known as Iggy's World. This ambitious project is not about theme parks. Instead, it looks like Mazri has plans for a unique urban living experience, and rumors are swirling that it's all happening in Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia. He never backs down. This is one to watch. I just wonder what colored suit he might wear now. Now, before we take a look at some new products and reveals related to the upcoming Wicked movie, we're going to take a look at the Funko Pop set, the original Wizard of Oz. So Funko did come out with a newer version of this set this year with more detail, but I personally prefer the older set. First up, we have Dorothy holding Toto. We got the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, Glinda the Good Witch with a huge crown on her head, the Wicked Witch, and the Winged Monkey. So very cool set, one of my favorite in the collection. There also will be Funko Pop specific to the new Wicked movie coming out very soon as well. All right, let's take a look at what's coming our way inspired by the upcoming Wicked movie. First up, the inventors of the bath bomb and high-quality handmade cosmetics Lush announced a new collection of Wicked bath products, 14 in total, that will be available on their app starting November 1st. Bloomingdale's has announced its Wicked Good Holiday campaign launching on November 5th and in stores November 7th. According to License Global, shoppers can expect an exclusive Aqua collection, an array of products for gifting, immersive in-store experiences, a takeover of the iconic brown bag, and an enchanting 59th Street window unveiling. Also, the creative footwear brand Ground Up has partnered with Walmart to launch Wicked-inspired high-top sneakers, with each shoe having a bumper message, Defy Gravity on the right shoe to represent Elphaba, and Perfectly Pink on the left shoe for Glinda. Available exclusively at Walmart soon. Now, next up, we have a very special segment with a very special guest. The co-founder of the popular collectibles company U2's Austin Long joined us for an interview. Let's check it out. U2's is super popular, and it's been growing really fast, it seems, over the last several years. For those that maybe aren't familiar with U2's, how would you describe your company and kind of what you're about?
For sure. Yes, we launched in 2019, and our goal and ethos has really been to capture what people love on the internet and to bring joy to them around their desk, their shelf, their gaming setup, whatever it might be. So we try to specialize in focus on the most is finding those memorable characters, memes, moments online, whether it's a content creator, a video game, an anime, a movie, but finding those kind of key moments that really bring fans joy and make them remember those characters. And then we capture that in collectible form. So whether that's a vinyl figure, a plushie, or some of our other product lines, we really want to bring joy to people, and that's our core focus.
That's awesome. And how many figures do you guys have now?
Okay, we probably over 1,500 unique ones, I would say. We design about 400 or so a year. And that's kind of our average now. We don't really envision changing that too much, as we kind of like the bandwidth that we currently have. We like our current release schedule. So yeah, probably over 1,500 in totality, and all of them are limited edition lines. So I would say most of them are sold out, especially ones from many years ago.
So when you say limited edition, they're never reproduced or put out again. It's just like, that's it. As soon as supplies are out, that's it.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, what we saw fans asking for in collectibles was really that more designer, high-end, limited edition nature. So not doing hundreds of thousands of units, but doing stuff that felt a bit more special and limited, keeping it specific, for the fans. So if something does really well, we'd rather just make a new version and make it even better versus trying to keep offer the same thing. And we feel that also kind of separates us from a lot of the other companies in the space that have products that would be available for 10 years or something, which obviously for a collector is ideal.
So you have different lines, right? There's multiple options for folks. What are those?
Yeah, so vinyls is definitely our bread and butter. That's what we launched with first in 2019. Our tentpole line is our 5-inch figures. So it's the ones you have there, all the ones that you kind of see behind me here. We've recently also launched an 8-inch line. So that's the sun and moon that you see here. And we've done a few 12-inch figures too. I'm trying to get my finger in the right spot. So you have some 12-inch ones as well. And then we also have a diorama line, which is mostly for comic books. So that's like the Spider-Man one that you see here, where we try to bring to life those covers. And then outside of our vinyls, plushies is kind of our second biggest product line. We launched that about 1.5 years or so after U2 started. Plushies, I would say mostly more animals, creatures, cute characters. Vinyl figures, you can kind of make anything, but not everything lends itself as well to a plushie. And then we've played around with a few other lines. We've made device holders that hold, controllers and switches and phones. We've made a few different plush formats, like beanies and stuff like that. But I would say really vinyls and plush is what we're most known for.
And what do you have a favorite U2's figure that you've created, that you've made?
Yeah, it's hard to pick one. I guess it's probably, I don't have children, but it's like having children where it's like, you can't just pick one. I would say the first
you can, though. You absolutely can't. You absolutely can.
True. The first time we did Breaking Bad, we got to make Jesse Pinkman, and it was just a personal favorite of mine because I loved watching that series. And by the time we started working with them, the show was already done. But we've now worked with Vince and the team there for, pretty much going on 4 or 5 years now, like since we started the company. And able to make new lines, but I definitely like that Jesse one just because I love the fly scene during the series.
So what would you say are current projects and licenses that you have coming out in like 2025 that you're willing to talk about or share, or any kind of new projects that you might have going on?
Yeah, I would say in terms of newness, Warner Brothers was probably our biggest partnership this year that we signed. We had been chatting with them basically since 2021, so it's been a few years, and we finally got to the finish line. So next year, we'll be rolling out lines for a lot of the DC Comics characters, Batman, Superman, the Joker, a lot of the retro and kind of classic, either Cartoon Network or Adult Swim shows, which we know, at least for our community, is big, that nostalgia of shows that people watched in the early 2000s, even a little later. And then also just some of like the characters, like Looney Tunes characters, Bugs Bunny, stuff like that. We're definitely excited for. So Warner Brothers would be a big one for us next year. And then we've also been pushing a lot more into horror. We started with Ghostface,
Yes.
and our fans really liked it. I think horror has gone from something that was maybe only an October thing to really a year-round thing for fans of the genre. So next year we'll be unveiling Beetlejuice, It, Megan, alongside a few that we haven't teased yet. So we're really excited to expand more into that. And then I would say lastly is just more and more video games. That continues to be our bread and butter and where we kind of find the most crossover with what our collectors want. And there's a number of new gaming properties that we brought on that we haven't fully teased yet or announced, but we will be soon. And I would say those will be really exciting for fans moving into 2025.
And then I thought I saw something about that you had vending machines now too.
Yeah, we launched our first at the Sherman Oaks Westfield in Los Angeles, and that did really well for us. So we have a partnership with Westfield where we'll slowly bring them to more locations. It does take time. We have to make each one. We have to ship it there. We have to set it up. And our team does all the servicing. So it's not as though we just set it up and forget it. We have to keep it updated, keep it stocked. We had the first one at the Sherman Oaks Westfield. It's called the Fashion Square Westfield. The second one just launched at the AMC Century City. So that's our first movie theater location, and AMC has been an awesome partner. They equally want to scale up with us to offer more next year. So we're also excited to do that. We feel that, especially in a movie-going environment, it's perfect. Whether you're, waiting to see a film or you just saw one and you're on the way out, we'll be offering like Deadpool and John Wick and Turtles and South Park, along with maybe exclusives around some of the films. So we're excited for that too. And then we're slowly introducing them to a convention audience. We had one at TwitchCon this year, which was in San Diego, which was a big hit. We're now planning next year to maybe have some at Comic-Con events or like Anime Expo, other convention-related things. We just actually finished, so we haven't announced it yet, but soon we'll also have voice commands coming out of them. So we've commissioned a lot of the voice actors and actresses of certain characters. So when you buy a figure related to that franchise, soon there'll be a custom voice line that comes out from the actual person voicing that character. So we're excited to keep playing around with that too.
And now I don't know if you're able to share anything about this, but I wanted to mention this. I did see a video, I think it was on Instagram, where you and Nathen Mazri of Iggy's World, the Iggy's app, were kind of teasing something.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a tease right now. What I can say is we're very excited about location-based entertainment, especially starting to do conventions, seeing the reaction to the vending machine. We've had partners do a few pop-ups over the years, mostly regionally. Like we have a distributor in Japan that does pop-ups for some of the video games we work on, and we're trying that in other regions. But yeah, with Nathen, we're looking at a location-based opportunity that we're planning.
Cool, that's exciting. That's exciting. And do you think we will see U2s on the Iggy's app to be able to purchase?
Yeah, that's something that we're also chatting with Nathen about. We're always trying to make it easier for fans to collect our products. We're primarily online, so obviously you have to wait for them to ship. So offering more ways for people to get them locally, whether it's in specialty retailers, vending machines, pop-ups, or other apps and services is something, really high on our to-do list. Especially in regions that might be harder to get products to.
Well, Austin, thank you so much for taking some time to join me and chat about U2s. And it's really amazing what you guys are doing. And it's cool to see what you guys got coming out next year and in the near future.
Of course, Paul. Thank you for having me. It was great chatting.
Thanks again to Austin Long for joining us for today's episode. Check out all the awesome collectibles from U2s if you haven't already. So that's it for this episode of OG's News. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for future video alerts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.